Good morning. On this week's installment of The Professor Helps, I'm going to talk to you about giving up the hurry. A favorite quote of mine is from a professor that I had a few years ago, and it is, "Be patient with yourself and curious about the process." One of the things that I love about that is that it gives you permission to slow down. In our overly busy lives, it is very, very easy to get carried away with what we're doing, where we're going, and what we're up to. And I think that's something that I decided to leave behind in 2021. I was doing a vision boarding session with some ladies, some of whom I know very well and some of whom I don't know at all. And one of the things about doing a vision board over Zoom is that you can have people from New York and California and other places that you wouldn't normally get to interact with. And one of the questions that was asked was, what are you giving up in 2021? And I thought about it, and I thought about it. And I usually pick a word for the year. And I started to, and then I said, I don't think that's what I want. I think what I want to do this year is give up the hurry. And certainly in the past year, we've definitely had people baking bread, which definitely takes time and effort and skill. That is not a skill that I picked up. I've marveled at many, many people who have decided to learn how to bake bread, which I think is awesome. Just hasn't been on my list of things to do. One of the things that I do to slow down seems kind of counterintuitive. I actually get up earlier. That's kind of where the no snooze came from. I didn't want to be rushing around anymore. I don't want to inadvertently teach my child that hurrying is the way to live life. And because of that, I've been getting up earlier and not snoozing. And this is day 13 of no snooze. And I would like to say that I have been faithful 100%, but I have not. And that's the thing about a pursuit of a goal. You're not going to hit it perfectly every single time. And I think what happens is that we get very bogged down in, it has to be perfect, it has to look like this. And that's not exactly true. I think that right now I'm batting about 50%. Most of the time I get up, no problem, start my day. Part of that helps is that the night before I set things up for myself. I stack the odds, so to speak, in order to make sure that I have everything ready. I make my kiddos lunch the night before. And anytime I don't do that, I find myself rushing around a lot in the morning. And I've definitely heard myself saying to her, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. And I don't like that. I don't like the fact that that's become a part of what we've been doing. And so in the new year, I've been really, really working hard on slowing down. And something happened on Sunday that made me realize how important it all is, because it snowed in Central Texas. And if you are in the north watching this, you get snow all the time. And maybe it's easy to look at it as, yeah, it's just another day. But in Texas, it does not snow very often. In fact, I've lived here 20 years and I think it's snowed a total of 4 or 5 times. But every single time that it snows, it's just a little bit, just enough to make it white, and just enough to keep it dangerous to drive, but not enough to build a snowman. But we actually built a snowman on Sunday because it fell and fell and fell and fell for hours. And it was so beautiful, and it just made everything stop. Like, I walked outside to look at the snow and felt this quiet hush that just kind of fell over me and kind of slowed me down. And it was so great to be out in the yard with my family and build a snowman, which never would have happened without the snow. And it was a great reminder to me that I want to give up the hurry. Now, I'm not going to be perfect at this, and I certainly don't expect you to be perfect at whatever goal you're going after. The important part is that you're going there. I think a quote I really love is that if you shoot for the moon, you'll land among the stars. Well, shooting for the moon means that you're shooting for a pretty high goal, and you're going to get closer just by making the effort. So I think my message today is about slowing down. What's your hurry? And a big thing that I do when I find myself hurrying, I ask myself that question. Why? Why am I in a hurry? If we're late, does it really matter? Now, the internal side of me that likes to be on time, and not just on time, but early, will say, yeah, of course it matters. We have to be on time. But the other side of me that I'm trying very hard to cultivate, which is to find that balance, says, if we're a little late, it's not the end of the world. And that is a very difficult thing to combat, that side of me that always wants to be on time, always wants to be early and, ready to go. And then sometimes you just have to slow it down. And I'm doing everything I can to set myself up for success so we can get out of here on time. And there are going to be times when we don't make it. In fact, a couple weeks ago, I overslept. And my husband, who is amazing every day, helped us get ready. I went and got myself ready, and I got Vivian breakfast, and then I got myself breakfast, and then he got her ready. And he said something then that really landed on me hard. In our society, it's praised as amazing and fabulous that men help out with parenting. And it's not helping out with parenting, it's parenting. And it's not really a good thing, because it makes it out like moms do everything all the time and men deserve special attention for doing what is their job. And the thing is that when he said that, it really landed on me, and I'm just like, well, the thing is that you could have slept in. You didn't have to be to work until like 2 hours later, but you decided to get up and pitch in and help. And he says, yeah, that's my job. What does that have to do with not hurrying? Well, it's a reminder that we have help. We have the opportunity to ask people for help to help us with our goals. So what is it that you're giving up for 2021? I personally suggest giving up the hurry, because as we have all seen, there are new skills that we have acquired for 2021, and everybody should feel comfortable putting on their resume dealing with ambiguity as one of their skills. And what that looks like is completely different from person to person, and it's a skill that everybody has picked up, because there has been nothing but ambiguity in 2020. And I really think that in 2021 we should all give up the hurry. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have to ask you, what can you do to slow down and be patient with yourself and curious about the process? This has been The Professor Helps, and I'm the Professor, signing off.